advertising agencies might not be around in like 10 years time. The industry itself is changing and social media is the future of advertising. With AI in the picture, people start discounting the work of production house because they think, why do we need to hire these people when we can just let AI do the job? I fired that client because I decided that working with that person isn't worth my staff's mental health and my own. In 5 years, social media has changed so much, so I don't even know whether 5 years later I can continue the agency.
Hi, welcome back to a new episode of Off the Record. Today I'm super excited only because our guest is actually someone from the agency side.
Hello.
Hello, Grace.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Honored to be invited today. Nice.
We're very happy to have you. Also because earlier on we were talking about us, the three of us combined, right? It's like we can essentially set up a powerful agency house.
Correct. We were trying to say three of us has a lot of experience combined. Age, not revealing our age.
I know, right? Okay, girls, let's keep it there.
Okay.
So you want to tell us a little bit more about you and your agency? How long have you been around?
Okay, so I have a social media agency called Content Hearts. We've been around for almost 2 years now. Yeah, but
Turning two.
Turning two. End of this year.
Okay.
Yay. Congrats. Thank you.
Yes.
Before I started my social media agency, I used to work in big advertising agencies for like more than a decade. Yeah. So I had experience doing more ATL work.
Above the
360.
line.
Yeah, above
just
the
for
line.
everybody.
Yes, above the line,
Yes.
TVCs, pre-nets, that sort of thing. More traditional media before I then focus on just social media now. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned before that the reason that you wanted to focus on social media because like you saw that advertising agencies that focus on really big stuff were kind of impacted in a way, right?
Yes, in a way, I feel like advertising agencies might not be around in like 10 years time. That's my personal belief, don't kill me for it. But I feel that the industry itself is changing and social media is the future of advertising in a way. Because as we know that social media is also able to impact people's decision to purchase nowadays. So I see there's a huge potential here and combining my knowledge from what I learned back in the advertising days and days as a content creator as well. I wanted to combine the two things that I know best into this agency now.
So you are also a content creator.
Yeah. In a way,
Right.
I wouldn't say I'm like a influencer or I have very
You're
massive
not?
following.
I would think you are.
Yeah, I mean because we follow you on LinkedIn, we follow you on TikTok. That's how I got to know you, right? From TikTok as well.
I
You have
really don't
several
consider-
viral videos.
Yeah.
I really don't consider myself as an influencer, but I used to do a skincare content back then during COVID time.
Okay.
It was one of my passion projects, so I learned.
So this was before you started the agency.
Correct, yeah. Before I started my agency,
okay.
I dabble in content creation.
When you were working full time, then you had this at the side. Okay, got it.
You know, COVID time, right? There's a lot of time on my hands, and I wanted to do something that supplement my day-to-day work. So I started this skincare content, and actually I enjoy it so much. You know, apart from just creating new content, engaging with the audience, and building that community is the thing that I feel. It's really rewarding in a sense, yeah. So I wanted to recreate my knowledge into my offers currently.
Understood. So earlier on you mentioned about that shift, right, from ATL and then your belief that the future of advertising is actually social media. Now everyone talks about AI. Has that been a big impact for your business?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, nowadays, with AI in the picture, people start discounting the work of production house, of agencies, because they think, why do we need to hire these people when we can just let AI do the job?
Right.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like production houses who are impacted. They feel, why do I need to spend 30K on something that is
On one video, when
On
you
one
can
video, when you can
spend
just-
30K on like 10 videos or 20 videos. Is it?
yes,
Right,
and
okay.
when you can just use AI and generate similar quality video. Yeah, which is quite sad in a way.
Yeah.
It is,
Because
yeah.
the landscape itself
Yeah.
changed so much from just 5 years ago to what it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, talking on the topic of AI, right? Because I know that you can produce really nice videos. I've seen those and it's like really high quality. But when I try it myself, like AI, it just somehow doesn't sit right. So is it really easy? Like, is it really as easy as it sounds? Like, is it too good to be true? Like this whole AI creating like very high quality videos, stuff like that. What do you think?
it's all about the prompts actually. I believe there are some people who really can do it very, very well
Right.
and have a very strong prompting. But then again, I actually spoke to a real production house before and they do not use AI unless it's really, really urgent or it's really like very low budget. So for them, AI is a bit more unreliable. So sometimes can be good, but other frames, the character might not be consistent. And there are certain things that AI really cannot do if you want this level of quality. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, it's AI is able to do most of the thing generally, but you also need to see as a brand, as a business, what do you stand for, and whether using AI is the right way to portray your brand or not.
Yeah. And you mentioned that, as an agency, you are impacted by AI, right? So how do you all deal with that?
The question is more about not just AI, to be honest. It's more about the agency in general, how the expectation has changed.
shifted.
Yeah. So AI is definitely one shift that we all see
Yeah.
and probably have to find a way to adapt our
Yeah.
business model so
Yeah.
that we can, kind of have, that's how I see it, to have AI alongside with us as we drive the
Yeah.
business.
Correct,
Correct.
correct.
But I think the question that we were also talking about previously, it's really the role of an agency, right? In the past was to just deliver good ads, right? Your job
Yeah.
is I pay you this amount, you do some good ads, that's good.
ads, right?
Correct.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes. But now I think clients' expectation has just went over the roof.
Correct.
Right? They want things like, hey, can you also give me
Yeah.
good leads?
Yeah.
From a social post. How do you deal with such a request or such an expectation?
For this, you're right, like the landscape has shifted so much. Like back then in advertising agency, our job is just to create the ads, create the creative, and that's it. Like we are not responsible for how it performs and how well it generates sales for the company. Even if we are talking about social media alone, right? 5 years ago, they didn't even have videos at all. It was all static. So last time, the job of a social media manager is quite a simple one. It's quite straightforward. You just produce a couple of static posts.
So static is like graphic images and stuff like that
Correct.
with design and stuff like
With
that.
And
design.
animals with captions.
Yeah, animals with captions. So back then, social media agencies still can be quite profitable because it can be systemized, right, when it's quite simple. But now, after the introduction of Reels in 2020, the video starts playing into
Bigger role.
equation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then people are watching more videos.
Yeah.
And along with it, the expectation for a social media manager or social media agency
Yeah.
also grow exponentially, I would say.
Correct. Yeah.
Now we don't just have to edit videos, but also have to, the style of editing or the style of content gets harder and harder every year. The bar just keep increasing and increasing every year.
You mean the budgets keep
The budget
increasing
remains.
or budget remains?
The budget remains. That's a
Or even
sad thing.
smaller.
Yeah, that's a sad thing in this industry because the perception of the budget remains almost the same, or maybe it increased a little bit, but the expectation and the scope of work required to create one piece of content differs so much from 5 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. Like last time, maybe you consider one post as like 3 static carousels, which can be easily done by one graphic designer.
Yeah.
Takes
Yeah.
that person
Yeah.
maybe 1-2
Carousels.
hours. Now one post is like maybe 30-second videos, and then in these 30-second videos, it consists of 8 frames, 10 frames. Then you have to edit and shoot and all this. So the requirements itself, develop exponentially.
This whole conversation also makes me realize that beside that, right, the other challenge, and tell me if I'm wrong, right, it's also your peers around.
Yeah.
Because I've seen now agency coming in and
Yes.
say, oh, I can also do 20 posts or maybe 20
Yeah.
reels for much cheaper. Like it's a
Yes.
price war that is going out in the
Yes.
industry.
I saw one agency that was like offering like $1,000 per month, and then they do everything.
Yes.
I also saw
Everything.
that.
I was like,
Like, are you serious?
yeah.
I would say like these people really spoil the market lah. But at the same time, as a client, you also have to educate yourself and see from the business point of view, right?
Yeah.
Like how much do these companies need to, how many clients do these companies need in order to be profitable?
Yeah.
And then it ends up, are you one of the 5 or are you one of the 200?
Right.
Because the level of care, the level of quality that you can expect from these two groups are very different, you know.
Have you had clients come to you and then they complain about the work from like maybe an agency that is really cheap?
I've had a few before that used to hire like this 1,000 a month kind of agency. Then they are unhappy with the service. Yeah, I mean obviously what would you expect me to? But yeah,
But they can promise the sky and the stars and all that.
I mean everybody can promise anything, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Correct.
But it's also like what do your business need and what level of service are you expecting from them as well. Because if you know that the price don't really justify the level of quality that you're looking for, then rather than wasting the money, maybe you should find another alternative lah.
Has there been a recent incident where you put yourself in front of this client and this client is having this conversation with you and say, Grace, look, this is the budget that I have, but I want A, B, C, D, E, right? And can you do it? Will you do it?
I mean, I have like come across a lot of clients that compare us with like another agency, saying
The $1,000 per month.
yeah, it's like, oh, this agency only charge $1,000 per month.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you different? And honestly, when they ask me that question, I also ask them the question back, like, if they are so cheap and they seem so good, like why don't you just go with them?
Yeah, and then what do they say?
Yeah, I'm curious with the answer.
They will start saying, oh yeah, but they have a service issue or
Oh,
like,
so the clients already know that these agencies
trying their luck.
have a service issue. Right.
Because really, like with 1K a month, you need to have like 100 clients in order. I mean, the quantity needs to be a lot in order to be profitable, right? The level of quality can be there lah. Yeah.
I see.
Do you feel like it's processed? Meaning to say, there's a few things here that we all possibly can do, right? One is a process of educating the client themselves, right? Because I think client needs to be educated. So time and time again, as an agency, you need to explain to yourself why X amount is worth like that, right? So there's an education process there. Second thing is, do you feel like as industry peers here, right, we can do our part? Because if everyone start cutting the price, then who's going to win? You know? So it's like...
But you can't ask people, you can't say, okay, this is a standard, you know? You know, like, for example, in certain industries, like there's like the renovation industry, right? Then there's an association that will be there to like, to be some kind of like ruler or what. But in agencies like us, right, like marketing, comms and whatever, it's like, you just want to win, right? You just want to win projects, right? And somehow, it ends up making some agencies go to that race to the bottom. There'll always be cheap options.
Correct. So we try not to compete on the price.
Yeah, don't entertain the cheapos.
Yeah, don't entertain.
Whoops.
Chipo, I'm not entertaining you, okay?
Yeah, we try to.
There's a new term for that called brokies. Gen Z term.
Well, yeah, we always try to explain our value instead of why our price is priced certain way. But the thing is, some clients who know and who have background in marketing actually know that what we are offering is already a lot cheaper than what it would
much
usually
bigger,
cost when you hire a big agency or like the traditional agency in the past.
Yeah. And also like you guys are sort of like mid-sized, right? So if we compare you to like the much bigger agency, so then that cost would also be more affordable what you're offering for that.
Yeah, correct. Because we managed to streamline everything and use in-house staff in order to make it more affordable for businesses. So those that know, if you know lah, like the cost of like if you used to run ads in TVCs, like how much do they usually cost? The price is like what, 50K, 100K or even more for just one video. So now we producing social media content but at a much cheaper price. So if those people that used to engage these agencies would see the value that we provide, we feel that what we charge is like more than justified.
And Grace, you know you've been in agency for 10 years, right? So I think this is a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I do feel that clients or people out there should really value the role of ex-agency people who set up your own agency. Because it's very different, you know. Like, I mean, when we were in agency, we really got the brunt of everything. You get screamed at, you have to meet with unrealistic deadlines, you have so many clients expecting so much from you as compared to if you are like in-house comms or in-house marketing. So I feel like when it's an agency person who set up their own agency, I always look at them differently. Because I always know that this person has went through hell and fire to get to where they are. So always choose to work with the agency person.
I believe that the training is different lah. It's useful definitely. Like there are some merits in the agency training that you mentioned, right? Because it's also the level of thinking and the level of strategy that we bring. It's a lot different from, let's say, someone that know how to create content but don't know how strategize for it.
Yeah.
I would say it's more the soft skill that we are trying to educate the client on. Is they are someone who value that sort of thing and wants to achieve bigger things in their business, maybe they would be open, but not all business owners are like that. Sometimes they just want the cheaper options, and
Yeah.
that's okay too. There are options for everyone.
On to the next question, actually. So we spoke a lot about social, right? And the way you are managing your client at the moment. Has there been moments where you wake up and you say, you know, enough, I don't want to do this anymore?
I would say close, but not there yet, thankfully. A lot of up and downs, I would say. Like one day would be everything that can go wrong, could go wrong, happened before. But the next day, then everything gets a little bit better for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
It's always like a lot of ups and downs, right? And there were quite a lot of like bad moments, especially last year. We had a bad hire, unfortunately, and because we were such a small company, right, with one bad hire, it could affect the entire work culture, the entire morale, the entire dynamics of the team. So that was like one thing that almost pushed me to the edge last year. Thankfully, this year it's a lot better.
So what did this person do?
Correct. I'm
Are you
also
able to
curious.
share that?
I'm sure all our viewers are also
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been through like
Yeah.
bad hires lah.
Correct.
So I
Yeah.
mean, just share yours lah.
I believe that what this person did wasn't out of the norm. Like it's certainly something quite common that happened in the market. I mean, basically, without sharing too much detail, is they are trying to kind of like steal our clients lah, or rather, they're trying to engage contacts that I gave this person, and they are trying to get it for their own business. When they were working for me, they were already like doing side hustle on the side.
right,
And on top of that, after they resigned, they also kind of like started approaching some of my old clients or some of my other leads and stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah.
So they had full access to all
yeah,
that database.
unfortunately. And
Okay.
then
They were in a BD role, is it? This person was in a BD-ish role.
BD, I would say like operational role.
Okay, operational.
more of that.
But still have access to the database
Yeah,
lah, and the
yes.
connections, I guess.
Yes.
And then what do you do? What happened? Like, oh my gosh.
Very quickly summarize.
yeah.
Nothing happened in a way. I just ran one time on TikTok and I got served a cease and desist letter.
Oh man! So is it your first cease and desist
Yes.
letter in your life? Okay.
Well, thankfully, I had a lawyer friend, and the person advised me that actually there's nothing to be afraid of because
Yeah.
I never revealed the gender, I never revealed the name, I never revealed anything. So
You're just sharing,
I was
right?
just sharing. Like
Yeah.
if you feel offended, then maybe it's your fault.
Yeah, I think we had a cease and desist letter as well before, but I
really?
can't remember. Like, just
From a
Don't
client?
tell me the story.
Yeah.
From ex-client or from
ex-employee
hire?
as well.
Oh,
Yeah, so it like just like some time ago, I forgot all about it.
This is also a question for Crystal, right? You've been running your PR agency for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you have a moment that you want to wake up and you say, enough is enough?
Actually, I've never, you know.
Ooh.
I just realized, and when you were
Wonderful.
asking that question, I was like, I've never. I mean, there were times where like I'm like, okay, this is a lot. Then I remember like breaking down and stuff like that. But there's never been a moment where I like feel okay, I don't want to do this.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Actually, same lah. Like I would still think that this is the path for me. And if I were to choose again whether to have a full-time job or
Yeah.
do this agency thing, I would still choose this.
What do you enjoy so much about it? Just curious.
It's more of the personal growth that I'm experiencing. I used to do just the creative part alone, so I didn't have like full vision of everything from the business side, from the performance side. But now I'm looking at things in a much bigger perspective, and I'm able to see where the business owners are thinking, like in terms of revenue and things like that. So it helps when I'm trying to sell them my services so
Yeah.
that I can give value to my proposal.
Yeah. So and also you know you mentioned working with the business owners and stuff like that, right? And I think Hazel was asking a question about how people have very high expectations of content these days, right?
yeah.
Do you also see business owners trying to pack video content, social content to revenue? Like, do they
Yes.
expect like I need to have a 10%, 20% increase in revenue by the end of 6 months? If not, like Grace, I think cannot already.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely, especially the very small SME ones. So I had a couple of SMEs that really hire us thinking that we could save their business.
So they were
that's
so
unfair.
they were dying already, is it?
Yeah, they were dying already.
Oh right.
Yeah, they were
You
like
are the
already,
solution
they're
for
like,
them.
hiring me because they feel like I could drastically, magically change,
Yeah, yeah.
improve their whole entire sales. Looking back, right, the infrastructure wasn't even there to begin with, like the consumer journey lah, everything, the distribution channel, these things. And what can social media do when the rest of the things are not in place?
Correct.
Yeah.
There's only a few like limited of things that we can do and
Yeah.
offer.
And actually, don't you think it's quite funny that like businesses actually think that going on TikTok or just creating content can save their business? Like I mean, logically, how does that work?
Like, what are you thinking?
But there are so many that actually have that mindset.
I mean, if I can increase your revenue by that 100K per year, for example, then don't you feel I should earn at least 10-20% of it?
Oh yeah, but there are.
But then no, they're not saying that.
Yeah, no, I just pay you 3K, 4K a month. Then after that, you have to, deliver certain massive increase in my revenue.
But there are some digital marketing agencies, they charge by a performance model as well. Right, so like they charge a base, then they will take a percentage of your revenue.
Yeah,
Something like
it's
that.
something like equity, right? That is also a good way to scale as well. But I feel like you can only offer that once you have enough manpower on your disposal
Yeah.
to kind of like do things at a lower than market rate.
Right. I see.
We spoke a lot about clients as well, right? I just wanted to ask you, is there any worst client relationship that you want to share? Like worst one?
The one where you say, the one that you said that everything was
I don't want to
going.
get another cease and desist letter.
Never mind, just keep to your collection. Then you have a cupboard full of cease and desist.
Scared her.
I really stressed that time,
Yeah, but you know that kind of relationship that
Yes.
then you wake up, you thought, oh my goodness, I'm earning this money to stress myself. It's not worth it.
I had one of such client before. Yeah, basically what happened was that person had a certain expectation of how well our video will be performing in terms of views. So she had this number lah, like in her mind. But our video didn't perform up to that person's expectation. So
Did she tell you this number beforehand?
no.
Oh, she just
It
like in
was
her head, like it's gonna be like this.
It should be at least this amount of views per video.
Okay.
Yeah, and then by month 2 or month 3, when I think by month 2, when we couldn't meet her expectation, she started getting panicked and started to take over the creative direction, take over the scripting, micromanage, try to make us change this, change that, and then every call, it's always about like, why are we not hitting this number? Why are we not doing this? And it's really frustrating for us because first we don't have any creative input.
Because you need to have control, right? As an
Yes.
agency. I mean, if they trust you as an expert,
Yes.
then you should.
Correct.
They should leave it to you.
Yes, if you're trying to direct and ideate and just let us do the production, I feel it's not fair if we can't achieve the numbers that you're looking for. Yes, but at the same time, we keep getting grilled on why is the performance like this? Like, I mean, the algorithm is a tricky thing.
Yeah.
If there's anyone who can really like
Control
the algorithm, is
on this question, right? There are some agencies like on like TikTok and all that, and then they like promise like like really viral views and all that. Have you looked at some of their work? Like, is it really true? Or I mean, like what you say, right? It cannot be that every client will definitely go viral, right?
I actually engaged a viral coach before, and I find
Local?
that local, yes.
Okay.
You might know, but I also don't want to share because it didn't really end in a best way. But basically, their method is to copy the most viral video in the market from like other countries and just replicate directly into Singapore, and then always hire like good-looking people to front it and have like very outgoing, outspoken talents to perform those skits or whatever viral videos for your client. So of course, if you have all these elements, right, then your videos can go viral. But again, if we are talking about depth, like certain clients have different business.
Yeah, like a B2B and a B2C. It's very different, right?
Very different. And then sometimes they go one thing's more in depth, wanna go more in depth and explain things in a different way. Everything has to follow
This
exactly
format.
their format. It's like a set menu like that. You
But
take,
just curious, right? If you have this set formula and everybody is doing the same thing on TikTok, then wouldn't it not go viral after a while?
Well, the funny thing is like the internet, people not that smart lah. So, so actually, like if you have like you crack the formula, you crack the talent, you crack the kind of like the scripting, then most of the time it will definitely like perform better than average. Yes, but whether or not can get you sales or it can give you trust to your audience is also different thing lah, because as that viral coach mentioned to me as well before, they did more than few million views but no sales. Yeah, so it's also not a guarantee. Yeah, that's what I
Sorry, I just need to go back because I'm really curious to that client of yours. So what's the ending? What happened? Did you fire them
I
or did
fired
you?
that client.
Well done.
Yeah, I fired that client because I decided that working with that person isn't worth my staff's mental health and my own mental
So this is the client that was micromanaging you.
Numbers that-
Had expectations of how the view should be.
Yes.
You let them.
Yes,
How did you fire them? Like, what do you say?
just say that it's not working out. I don't think any of us is happy in this relationship. Then if only views is what you want, then maybe you can hire another agency. But that's
Right.
not us entirely.
Right. Then do you like recommend an agency? Like, recommend your enemies. Yeah.
No, because it's quite challenging. That person ended up doing it herself.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes maybe you don't need an agency. Maybe if you can do it yourself, then why not do it yourself? Yeah. Sometimes some business owners also have this thinking, oh, when I do it myself, I can get these views. Then how come when I give the agency, you cannot get similar views? But you know, TikTok, sometimes all the rando raw videos of you talking to the camera might give you more views than like the nice fully produced ones, right? Doesn't mean that those will translate into sales as well.
So how do you make sure that a viral video or like a video gives you sales?
So for us, we have a few different kind of like pillars or things that we must do for the client every month in order to mix together more viral views and trust. We build the audience trust, and we also build the social proof of what the product can do. We also build like the community and education side of things, so that when someone is visiting the business page, right, they don't just see that one viral video and they just be entertained by it and then just buy, you know. But they makes you want to go down the rabbit hole of like, oh, what else can this company do? Like, what kind of education can they offer? If they have a service, what is the experience using the service? How is other people experience like using the service and things like that? So at the end of the day, when we build that kind of library of content, it will make people more likely to engage you as a brand and to buy your services.
Okay, maybe I got one last question for you, Grace. You know, you were talking about like client relationships and clients that you had challenges with. Do you feel that it's different now in your role managing that client relationship versus when you were back at an agency and you were employed?
Very different, because last time I didn't manage any client relationship. I was more on the creative side.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
I didn't manage client at all.
I see.
Now I'm doing client management but not fully. So another one of my staff is the one who manage the client on a day-to-day basis, while I'm the one who deals with the strategy at the start, and I'm just like a regular checkups in a way.
I have a last question actually.
Okay. Go on.
I'm just curious, right? Because you've been running the agency for 2 years. What's the future plan? What's that end goal? How does it look like?
Honestly, I don't know, because in 5 years, social media has changed so much. So I don't even know whether 5 years later I can continue the agency. If the landscape continues to be like this or even more challenging, honestly, I don't know. But I'm also consistently trying to build my own personal brand, and hopefully I can take on more like coaching, consulting, and speaking engagement as well. So I can run these few concurrently lah. And other things like gaining equity from the business that I manage, and as well as basically plenty of things. So not just one offer,
Correct.
not just the agency alone, but other things as well.
It's interesting because I just came back from a meeting, another peer in the agency world. And coming out from that meeting, right, just makes me realize that one common theme here is don't put all your eggs into one basket. Like what you said, right? So you're trying to do, okay, I will do my social media management, my agency in this form. But at the same time, let me build my personal branding. Then from my personal branding, I can branch out to do this. Yeah.
Yes. Because in an agency, there's a limit to how much I can charge per month. But what I can do is I can position myself to increase my hourly rate as a consultation basis moving forward.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my big plan, but hopefully we'll get there in sooner than later.
Yeah. So we know who to look for when we need some social media advice.
I know, right? Go viral.
Yeah, go viral.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Grace, for coming on this episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you like this episode and if you like content like this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.
See you.